What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon. NBA DFS video. It is Monday. It is March 24th. We are back. We have a 6-game DraftKings main slate, and we have an 8-game FanDuel main slate. So for whatever reason, we can never have the same slate, but that's fine. We are here for you. So if you've never been here before, we do things a little bit differently. Since we have at least 5 games on the slate, we've already ran 10,000 simulations in the background. Going to give you 3 top, 3 mid, and 3 value picks at each position. These value picks will change throughout the day because we have so many questionable guys. We're part of the season where people are sitting, resting for rest or for the playoffs, or they're already out of the playoffs, whatever the reason. This is your first look at the NBA for March 24th. Also, if you haven't noticed, right here, our baseball article, opening day is Thursday. The real opening day, not the Tokyo series, is Thursday. The video might be out today. It's either going to be out today or tomorrow. If you've never checked our MLB content out, I fully encourage you to go check it out. I will link a video at the end. We break it down. We break down every single pitcher, every single game, batters we like, simulations. It usually takes 40 to 45-minute video, but it is very informative for you. It is helpful to build lineups for you. So, without further ado, we also have giveaways, I forgot to say. 2 giveaways every single day if we get the stipulations. First way, like the video, be a subscriber, and leave a comment on the video. If this video gets at least 50 likes, you'll have a chance to win a free week of FT Plus. That is a week of all sports that we offer. 100 likes on the video, a chance at a free month. 150 likes, a free year. 200 or more likes on the video, a chance at a lifetime pass. Second way to win, somewhere in this video there'll be a keyword or key phrase. Listen, type it in, and have a second chance at a free week. Now, if I somehow forget the keyword, I will pin it in the comment section down below, and then all you got to do is comment that as well. So we are going to see who the 2 winners of yesterday's video are first, and even if the keyword is in this first one, it's just going to be because we had at least 50 likes on the video. So, Vic David Figueroa, congratulations. I'm not sure if you've won before. If you're new, congrats and welcome. All you got to do is email me dfshelp1@gmail.com. That's dfshelp, the number 1 at gmail.com. Let me know if you have a username on the website. If you do not, let me know a username, email, and password. We'll get you set up for your free week. Now, the key phrase was garage beer yesterday, so we are still going to re-roll it. So you still have another shot to win. It could re-roll it and pick you again. This is how we do it every single time. And the winner for the keyword or key phrase is Timothy Jones. Congratulations. Please email me. You know the drill. Let me know your username on the website. We'll get you set up yet again. So congratulations to the 2 winners. Come back tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. So that being said, like I said, anytime we have at least 5 games on the slate, we give you 3 top, 3 mid, and 3 value picks at each position. But before we do that, we are going to look, and then at the end, we're going to build you a DraftKings lineup and a FanDuel lineup. We are going to look at the Vegas odds real quick, just to kind of see where the games are at. We got Pacers at Timberwolves, -2.5 for the Pacers, 230.5 over under. Wizards at Raptors. Wizards are actually a 1.5 point favorite with a 228.5 over under. Magic versus Lakers. Lakers are a 3.5 point favorite, 215.5 over under. Now, LeBron is back, but his price is way too high for me. Someone asked me 2 days ago when they played, would I play him? And I said, no, I don't trust him. And he only put up 30 fantasy points. I just do not trust him. He's not 100%. Nets at Mavericks. Dallas is 1.5 point favorite, 218.5. Pelicans and 76ers. Pelicans are 6.5 point favorite, 233.5. Nuggets, Bulls. Nuggets being a 4.5 point favorite, 238.5 over under. Suns versus Bucks. Suns are a 3.5 point favorite, 225.5 over under. And then the Kings at the Celtics. The Celtics are currently a 4.5 point favorite, 225.5 over under. So that being said, this is exactly what we're going to do. These are early projections. We've done 10,000 simulations this morning. I usually tell everyone about an hour before tip-off, or maybe even like 30 to 45 minutes now, just because of how much news has been coming out 30 to 45 minutes before tip-off. Check the website, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, under the NBA tab. Check all of this information out. We'll have updated cheat sheet, simulations, projections. We'll have it all, but this is your first look at the Monday slate. So early projections at point guard, we've got Luka at the top, about 55 fantasy points. Josh Giddey about 44. Tyrese Halliburton about 40 fantasy points. Mid-tier, looking at this, Spencer Dinwiddie about 31 fantasy points. Jordan Poole about 30. And Jose Alvarado, or D'Angelo Russell, who is questionable right now, we're looking about 28. Now, some of these questionable guys, they will be ruled out pretty early, maybe even by the time you watch this video. So check our updated website. Check the article right here as well. Now, there's some more projections on this article that we might not talk about here. And you can find that article down below along with our absolutely free Discord, which I highly suggest you go check out, because in that Discord, we give you some core plays and value plays at each position about an hour before tip-off every single day. So then we look at some value. So what I'm looking value-wise, it's about 4K or below. Usually is about 4K or below, I should say. A couple of value plays I am looking at today. A.J. Johnson, about 25 fantasy points. Carlton Carrington in a game where they are projected to win somehow, 25 fantasy points. And then Mike Conley at 3,700, right around 21 to 24 fantasy points. Move to the shooting guard. Anthony Edwards is questionable with a thumb, so I'm a little bit concerned about that. He does have a great matchup against Indy, though. 24 DVP, looking about 45 fantasy points, but I don't know if I want to pay $9,500 for him. So that's where I'm kind of iffy right now. Jamal Murray, 38 fantasy points. Kobe White, 38 as well. Mid-tier. When I talk mid-tier, I'm talking about 8K, right around 8K or below. Got RJ Barrett right around 31 fantasy points, 26 DVP against Washington. I love that matchup for him. We've got Klay Thompson, about 30 fantasy points. And we've got Christian Braun, about 29 to 32. Then we come down, value, like I said, right under 4K or 5K. Pretty much where we're looking at. Aaron Nesmith, about 24 fantasy points. Tyrese Martin, about 21 to 24. And looking maybe even a little bit lower, Bruce Brown against Philly, 21st DVP, about 18 to 22 fantasy points. Now, in theory, you need minimum about 7.5 times value from every single player if you want to go off and take down a tournament. Kind of hard to do. I get that. But yeah, LeBron is here. Only projected at 47 fantasy points. He's 10,300. Like I said, he missed games here with his groin. Put up 34.5 fantasy points, which is not enough. Basically, you need 70 out of him. He hasn't done it in a while. That's just too much for me. Projected at 47, I am fading LeBron. This may be wrong, but that's what I'm doing. I'm fading LeBron. Zion, also questionable. Usually, that's, questionable. Did miss yesterday, but maybe we'll see if he plays today with his neck injury. We're looking at about 42 fantasy points out of him. Franz Wagner, 42 fantasy points as well. Mid-tier here for small forward, we're looking at Jaden McDaniels, about 30 fantasy points. Kevin Huerter, about 29. Chris Middleton, right around 25 to 28 fantasy points. And then your value down in this area here, depending on who's in there. But we got Justin Edwards against New Orleans, about 23 to 25. Noah Clowney, about 19 to 22. And then Ricky Council, the fourth, right around 19 to 22 as well. Moving to power forward. Davis, doubtful. Yeah, Mavericks falling out of the playoff picture. Looks like Davis will try to suit up down the stretch. I don't know why. He has not played in over a month and a half when he got traded. Big, amazing. Can't believe that. I'm not on him. But I've got Paolo here, about 46 to 50. PJ Washington, a lot, 42 to 45. I love that matchup for him, both power forward or center, depending on where we're going with that. You got Pascal here, about 39 to 42 fantasy points. Going in mid-tier, we got Julius Randle, about 37 fantasy points. Cam Johnson, about 35. Najee Marshall, about 34 to 38 fantasy points. And then value power forward, depending on where you want to go. Looking at Matas Buzelis, right around 24 fantasy points. Looking at Trendon Watford against Dallas, 22 to 25 fantasy points. And Peyton Watson against Chicago, 20th DVP, right around 20 to 25 fantasy point range. Now again, with the value picks, the majority of value picks, they're bench guys. And bench guys, if they come in, maybe they're off the bench and then they come in, we need 20 minutes out of them. But sometimes, they're ruled in as a starter late in the day. They're still projected a little bit lower, but their price is so low that it makes a lot of sense if you're building a boom or bust type lineup, because they are priced as bench guys and then they're thrust into starting. And if they have a great matchup, that's even better. So Jokic is unlikely to play, and as you can see, he has not played since the 15th, and that will bump up other value in this entire lineup. But if we are looking at the top now, with him gone, you got Nikola Vucevic, about 38 to 40 fantasy points, 25th DVP against Denver. Rudy Gobert, 33 fantasy points. Alex Sarr against Toronto, 28 DVP, right around 31 to 34 fantasy point range for him. Go down the list. Miles Turner, about 31 fantasy points. Naz Reid, about 30. Wendell Carter Jr., about 29. And then, you could just see, look at all the people that are already out. These guys won't play. These guys are already ruled out. That's part of the season we're at. And then if you are paying down and looking for some value, under 5K, Jackson Hayes, since LeBron, I don't know, it's kind of iffy. 22 fantasy points. Orlando Robinson has the best matchup. You always want to take a center against Washington. They're dead last DVP-wise. We're looking about 21 to 25. And DeAndre Jordan against Chicago, 24th DVP, 20 fantasy points. Now, I say that because, obviously, Jokic is out. Jordan against Houston yesterday, 38 minutes, 38 fantasy points, 3,000, over 10 times value, still 3,000. Jokic probably out. If Jordan can get... Now, my problem is it's a back-to-back game. If he could get those same minutes, but I think people are going to be chasing that. But he's got 24 DVP, projected right around 20 fantasy points. But if he could get 30, get 10 times value again, it's exactly what we would need here. So those are just some of the simulations, some of the projections. If you want to see all of them, make sure you check out the website, fantasyteamadvisors.com. So the key word of Monday is blues, because it is Monday, the blues. I'm glad not to have the flu anymore, back to work, but we're putting in work. We're doing NBA. We had a great day for NASCAR yesterday. We had a fantastic day for MMA on Saturday. PGA, one of our guys withdrew, but other than that, we were pretty good. We've got baseball on Thursday. I cannot wait. And we've got NBA as well. So that being said, I said we were going to build a lineup, and that is exactly what we're going to do. So these are early first look lineups. They are tournament only. Do not use these as cash, and make sure you change these up a little bit, because the part of the season we are in, most likely someone, and none of these guys right now carry a designation of questionable at all. That doesn't mean they won't throughout the day. Someone gets sick, shoot around, they get hurt, they want to rest, or whatever it is. It could always change, and it seems like it has. This is the part of the season until a couple more weeks until playoffs, and then we can kind of get a feel for who's going to be in, who's going to be out, and stuff like that. But this is the part of the season where they just randomly sit for rest. So this is a tournament-only lineup. Make some adjustments with it. If you want to see other value plays, you want to see other core plays, those will be on our Discord down below in the description of this video. So that is a lineup there. And then I've already built you guys a FanDuel lineup. We've got Jose Alvarado all the way down to Rudy Gobert. Pause the video, check it out. Any questions, get those down below. Watching this entire video helps me out more than you understand. Clicking on the ads help me out even more than you understand. But liking the video, sharing the video help out as well. So the longer watch time, the better the odds of the algorithm. So we were up and down with the algorithm last week for whatever reason. This weekend, I think it's because it's the weekend. Maybe people just aren't playing NBA as much. But I'm going to put out the MLB video early. The majority of all starting pitchers are good to go. Pretty much, we know who every starting pitcher is now. Dodgers have now put Blake Snell in there. for the majority of them, the 40-man rosters have already been set. People have been set down. You got, I think today and tomorrow for the last 2 days of spring training. Probably not going to see much. Again, yes, injuries could happen in the next 2 days, but we're still going to break down every single game for you for Thursday, which is a 14-game slate, and then I think Friday's like a 6 or 7 or 8 game slate. So we're in a rock and roll. So if you've never been with us for MLB, check us out. The majority of you, though, that watch these videos came last year. So let me know down below. Did you guys find me last year with the MLB season, or did you find me after the season? And some of you have been with me for 5+ years, which has been awesome. We've been doing this channel for 10 years almost now, which is wild. I've been doing the website. It's gone through a couple of different name changes, but I've been doing it since 2014, which is wild. I've been doing it since before I even knew my wife. But let's have a fantastic Monday, even though it's Monday. Let's have some fun. Let's